I will.
We'll be in this area.
See my wife. See you later. All right.
We're going to watch Paul get arrested.
So far, my interactions with the security guards here have been overwhelmingly positive, but I'm about to change that, Brad.
We appreciate you building up the goodwill to burn it all down on a live podcast.
Yeah, this might be an interesting one, right? When someone comes up and says, "Sir, I don't know what it is you think you're doing," but that's kind of stuff.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm. Getting my cardio in. So. How you doing?
The bigger question is, what are you doing?
So I'm in the National Gallery of Art, Washington, D.C. It was somewhat heartening. You know, it's raining today, right? So we were like, well, we'll go to museums. It'll be good. The museums are fantastic. And every one of them has a line of, I guess, like several hundred people, both doors, you know. And I'm like, you know, that's cool, right? We think this country is so uneducated and everything. People are like waiting in lines to get museums. It's nice, you know?
You should have just told everyone you had a podcast and they needed to get out of your way.
Let me tell you something, Brad. You know what nobody appreciates in this country is art, because there was no line to get into this place. And I feel kind of bad about that, because there's some seriously, you know, serious art here. Seriously serious.
It's the National Gallery, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I saw a couple of Da Vinci paintings I didn't even know he painted. Raphael, Vermeer. It's nice.
Very nice.
Very nice. Run people over.
For those who aren't aware, Paul's in Washington, D.C. And Paul, we were talking briefly. And what phone are you using, by the way?
So, do you really want me to tell this story? This is so terrible.
Well,
so I'm using So I'm using a Huawei phone, but not for this call, because the Huawei phone requires a Huawei dongle, which I left in the rental car, which is in valet parking somewhere. It's okay. I have other dongles, right? And I have other phones. My iPhone XR has the Google Fi data SIM in it. Grab the Apple dongle. We went. So 5-10 minutes ago, I popped it out of the bag and was reminded that the headphones I'm using now don't work with the Apple dongle. It makes a tick, tick, tick sound when you try to use it. Really irritating. Plus, I had no signal. So I looked at my wife's phone and I said, hey, you got 5 bars. And you have a headphone jack. So I'm using my wife's, I guess it's a Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus.
Yeah, well, that's nice.
Yep.
Shout out to your wife for using reliable and dependable technology. We appreciate her sacrifices for the greater good.
Yeah. It's embarrassing.
Anyway, so on the news side, Paul, well, he walks around the art gallery. The Walking Cat, and I had heard this previously, Microsoft is going to offer a SKU of Game Pass that combines Gold and Game Pass for $14.99 a month, which doesn't actually really save you any money, but it'll make things more convenient. The only thing we don't know, and this would save you money, is if they offer like an annual discount if you buy it all up front. That's how you could save money with this, but we don't know if they're going to offer that yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that actually makes it very interesting to me if they do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's typically they do it's like 2 months free if you buy the annual subscription, because Xbox Live Gold you can get for about $5 a month if you pay the $60 up front. Game Pass is $9 a month or $10 a month, so it works out to be about the same. But yeah, that'll be coming. Yeah,
so Xbox Game Pass, I think it's $120 a year if you pay monthly, but I think it's $99 if you pay annual.
Yep. And so I would think that they would do the same thing with this. I don't know why they wouldn't do that, but we will find out.
Maybe $120, $130.
Yeah, which would make that a really good deal. You get all your online play and all the game streaming and all that stuff, which makes me also wonder if they're going to eventually add on an xCloud bundle on top of that for probably something like $20 a month. You can game anywhere, anything, anytime.
Sure. Or that becomes the xCloud bundle.
Yeah.
You know? Look, art.
Don't touch it. Actually, you know what? Do touch it. Reach out there and
it literally says, here, let me just let you see this.
Why don't you just pop a squat on there and see if those security guards are still as friendly?
They have these cute little like kid thrones from the
Mhm.
1700s, but they're kind of roped off, but only kind of.
Yeah. And then this one, you may not have seen it. Well, maybe you did or not or whatever. But if you have an Android TV setup, Google's going to be adding more ads to your home screen against your will.
My most recent experience with an Android TV device was not into people. Actually a Mi box, which I think is Xiaomi, right? Not.
Yeah, I think so.
But the row of ads that they're talking about in this recent story is exactly the same row that's in that interface, and it does have suggested TV shows or channels or apps or whatever. And it's actually the one thing I always hated about it. So, I mean, I don't know what the deal is exactly, but I feel like that's already kind of there.
It's not unexpected, really, either, to be honest. I mean, full transparency, the Xbox dashboard, which you pay a lot more money for than an Android TV box, has ads in it that you can't really get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
Is that us? Childhood photo of us?
It's like people in here who are painting paintings, that copying some of the masters. There's my wife over there trying to act discreet. Getting some good steps in. This is good.
The last encounter I had with people painting was I went golfing, and there was a women's club, like an older women's club, and they were sitting around the golf course painting the golf course, which sounds great until you realize that I can't hit a golf ball straight, and these were just...
Yeah. You know what, though? They have to know what they're getting into if they're going to do something like that. And honestly, if I had been with you, I suspect we would have tried to hit them.
Well, trust me, we didn't have to try to get it close. That we got close. Like, they were like 10 feet off the green. It's like, come on, people. This is amateur golf hour. What is this?
You'll enjoy the fact that I almost tripped into a fountain.
Oh, that would have been this whole podcast.
Which would have been just, it would have been beautiful. Which is like that great video of the person on their phone, and they walk into the water.
Mm-hmm.
Cause
they're texting or whatever, and they hits their shin.
It's exactly like that.
Wow.
Except with nicer flowers.
The convenient thing, Paul, is you're in Washington, D.C., which is where we will be in the middle of June for AvePoint's Shift Happens conference.
I know. Can't wait.
Yeah.
I love this place. I love it.
Yeah, you can find out more about Shift Happens in the description. I'll be adding a link to that and all that good stuff. Paul, I'm curious. Alexa. Oh, no, I shouldn't say that word. Oops.
Amazon's assistant, yes.
Yes. That Amazon assistant's taken on the AirPods here. That was a scoop from Bloomberg. This is not surprising. This is a show of unsurprising things. The Xbox Game Pass stuff, not that surprising. Amazon trying to take some Apple AirPod money away, not all that surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It totally makes sense.
Yeah, it does. And if they come in at $100 price point, I think they'll steal a lot of that market.
I have to show you something.
Really?
Really that much into art, but the art I really do like is like the Dutch impressionist or realist, Flemish masters, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Like they paint grapes and they look like grapes. Vermeer.
You can also take a photo of a grape and make it look like a grape.
Well, this was pre-digital photography, Brad. So.
Well, it's good to know that 300 years ago, a grape looks like a grape today.
That's right.
Mission accomplished, Paul. You can now leave Washington, D.C. We have gathered all the intel that we need.
Right, for our future conquest.
Yeah, when do you go home?
Tomorrow. I would have stayed another night, but we have our first baseball game of the year is Saturday night, so we'll go home Saturday afternoon probably.
Peter Hoffman says, a first ring daily with culture. We're just going to let Paul live stream and just talk about art for the next 4 hours until his battery runs out.
I couldn't talk about art for 4 minutes, but yeah, there's some good stuff.
It's a neat place. Like, well, my wife and kid are going to go to that. I don't know if they're going to go to the art gallery, but they're going to go to the Smithsonian and all that good stuff when we're down there in June.
Well, we had for me and probably for you, I think, like Air and Space Museum, amazing.
Oh yeah.
Natural history, unbelievable. The American History Museum would be a good one for your kid. Botanical gardens, and then there's all the monuments in the governmental buildings.
Yep.
Historic, Ford's Theater. And it's awesome. It's like Disneyland for adults.
Yeah. Trying to think. There's not a whole lot else that went on today. I mean, it is Friday. It is.
Yeah.
How's your arm doing?
Yeah. Well, Brad, as you know, I've been going to the gym lately, and actually I'm doing all right. The bigger problem is my other arm, which is why I'm using the stand, because my shoulder's killing me, but it's good. Now this is balancing them out.
Awesome. Well, we won't keep you too long because there's honestly not much else to talk about. We could ramble about art, but you got anything else?
No, looks like I'm going to get away with this. I haven't seen a group of security guards assembling to tackle me to the floor, so that's nice.
Well, we'll just keep it on a little longer.
Let me see if I yell something out, what happens.
Oh, I can give you a few phrases.
That Vermeer that I showed you, the first time I went up to it, I was holding the camera up to it, and this voice came out of the ceiling, and it said, "Sir, please step away from the painting."
Oh.
Yeah. It was embarrassing. And the guy next to me goes, "Pretty sure that was for you." I know. Thanks.
You can't taste the grape.
You know what I just realized, Brad? I'm walking around this humongous museum. Oh, never mind. There she is. I was going to say, I have no idea where my wife is.
Yeah,
and no way to contact her because I'm using her phone.
Yeah, I was going to say, you could just call her on her phone, and I'm sure she'll answer.
Here I am.
She's here.
There you go. There's the other half that keeps Paul sane and stable.
Yep.
And on his flights that he always forgets about. So, all right. Well, you enjoy the rest of your art tour. We'll be back with a more traditional episode, if you will, of First Ring Daily next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we'll catch you next time. Bada bing, bada boom.
Hopefully that worked out all right.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually, the connection held up much better. I was a little nervous you walking around in there that you'd find.
Well, that was the other thing. So aside from the tick, tick, tick on Google Fi, I had like one bar, and I'm like, oh my god, like this is. I actually sent you a bunch of messages. You'll probably get later. They're completely, discombobulated because I'm speaking them and it's mistyping what I'm writing, but then it never sent them. So you'll probably get like 7 messages later, which you can feel free to disregard like everything else I said.
Well, one of them was I only got one message. I said I always ask Paul before we do this. I say, "Are you ready?" And I got no Google.
Right. Okay. So the thing that goes before that is something like whatever I was saying. I'm going to try something pretty risky, and it wrote something else, and I was like, "No, Google," and then it sent that, and I was like, "Oh, for Christ's sake!" This is classic technology use.
All right. Well, enjoy your time.
Okay, thank you.
Later.
Bye.